What's the point of having a passport card? I've got a passport book. I ordered that a couple weeks back when I needed to renew my passport. And then I also got the passport card at the same time. I didn't necessarily know what I would need it for, but I felt more like I'd rather have it and not need it than hope I had it later on and not have it. So that's kind of why I got it. So let's talk about that a little bit today.
Hello, my name is Talethea, and I am hoping that you all will come along with me as I work and plan and research and execute my intent to go from working from home full-time to living on board cruise ships while also working full-time. So let's do it.
What's the point of having a passport card? I've got a passport book. I ordered that a couple weeks back when I needed to renew my passport. And then I also got the passport card at the same time. I didn't necessarily know what I would need it for, but I felt more like I'd rather have it and not need it than hope I had it later on and not have it. So that's kind of why I got it. So let's talk about that a little bit today. If you have ever looked at your passport card and thought, at that little option and thought, wait, this joker is a lot less expensive. Why don't I just get that instead? I completely understand. In fact, that was something that kind of crossed my mind too when I was thinking about whether or not I would get the passport book or the passport card. I did get both. So if you aren't sure, this is the passport book. So it's like, the whole jam. And the passport card is smaller. So it comes with a little sleeve that you can put in it. And it actually looks more like a driver's license. It just has all the information on it that you have on your passport. So let's talk about it a little bit. So the difference, a passport card is smaller, it's less expensive, it'll fit in your wallet, and so my whole plan was, I felt like I kept reading places where you can't use a passport card for that. You absolutely need your passport, which had me wondering, well, why does anybody get the passport card? So now I understand a little bit more, and I'm going to share that with y'all, the information that I have learned. So after doing my research, I will start this out by saying, do your own research as well. The passport card, whether you have the passport card or the passport book, you are dealing with the federal government. You are dealing with going in and out of countries. You definitely want to get your information directly from the source. So go check them out. It's www.travel.state.gov. Get your information on your own. And keep in mind, everything that I'm sharing with you is information that I have learned and researched as of today. So, and if we know anything about anything with life and politics and the government or whatever, we know things change. So find out what you need to know for yourself. So keep that in mind. Don't find out on your own. Do your own research. So today I want to explain exactly what the passport card is, who it's designed for, what you can use it for, and what you absolutely cannot use it for. Let's discuss that. Most experienced travelers still recommend getting a passport book. And you'll want to do that. The passport book, the blue one. Now, the thing with the passport book is, even if you we'll talk about it in a little bit. So the passport card, the basics. So it's your official government document, right? The official document that proves your identity. It proves that you are a citizen. It proves that your citizenship. And it's every bit, now the passport card is every bit as official as the passport book. So keep that in mind as well. It's just in a different format. So instead of looking at like a book with a bunch of little pages, the passport card, like I just showed you, it almost looks like a driver's license. So it fits in your wallet. So keep that in mind, y'all. It's convenient, and that's actually one of the main reasons people buy it. It's super convenient to just have in your wallet and carry around. So the passport card was not created to replace the passport book. Apparently, the passport card was created for people that do a lot of border crossing type travel. So if you think of like people that go to Canada, people that regularly work in Mexico, things like that, instead of carrying around the entire passport book, they can have their passport card in their wallet, and they can use that to cross the borders to prove their citizenship. So that's the purpose of that. That's actually the primary purpose. I guess that's why the folks came up with it all together. So the passport card can be used for people that are entering the United States from Canada, from Mexico, from Bermuda, and many of the Caribbean countries. If you're traveling by car, bus, ferry, train, things like that, that is something that you can use a passport card for. Some cruisers, they also some cruise lines also may accept it depending on the itinerary. And it also serves as a real ID compliant federal identification document. So you can keep that in mind as well, y'all. So it's perfectly valid for identification. However, there are things that you cannot use it for. So the part that kind of surprises people is it's not like you can replace your passport book with a passport card for flying or for international air travel. Keep that in mind. Let me say that again. If you are flying to another country, your passport card is not enough. You need the passport book. And that doesn't matter where you're going. If you're flying, if you're going to Mexico, if you're going to Canada, the Bahamas, Jamaica, anywhere internationally, you will definitely need your passport book. So the blue book, okay? One of the biggest misconceptions people have is they're like, well, I have a passport and I've got the passport card to prove it. And you do. So keep that in mind. The problem is if in the event you ever need to take a flight to get back into the country, the United States, you definitely still will need your blue passport book to do that. Now, the reason that's important is you may be able to take a cruise, say somewhere else, or go and visit another country or go to Mexico or something along those lines. But what if an emergency happens and you're trying to get flown back into the country for emergency care? Or anything. What if you leave traveling on a slow travel destination and something happens and you need to get home on a not so slow travel destination type journey? In that situation, you will still need your blue passport book. So keep that in mind, okay? A common mistake, a lot of people will find an amazing cruise or something fun where they're leaving from Miami. They're like, I'm just going on a cruise for like 3 or 4 days. I'll be fine. I can just take my passport card. If you go on that cruise and you want to save money, that is fine until you need to fly back into town for some type of an emergency, or if something goes crazy, or if the cruise has a problem, or if you miss the ship, or anything, any of the very many things that could happen where you will need to get yourself back into town, back into the country, by any kind of air travel. If that's the case, you will definitely be in trouble because that's something that you need the passport book for, the blue book. Maybe your cruise gets canceled, some kind of emergency. Goodness gracious, all kinds of stuff can come up, y'all. So keep that in mind. If in the event you find yourself in a situation where you need to take an international flight, and you don't have your passport book, you will have a problem. So don't. It's one of those things where it's not worth the risk. Go on and get them both. Either get them both or definitely get the passport book. But if you're going to choose one or the other, I would lean towards the passport book as it covers both. It'll cover land travel and international air travel. But that's my opinion. That's my recommendation. Do what you will with the information. Now, from what I've researched, most people choose one of 3 options. The ones I just mentioned. They'll either get the book, they'll get the card, or they'll have both. The most common is they'll get both. The passport book can stay safely stored, but the card they can keep in their wallet for convenience. Then there's the third group, the people who only get the passport card. Now, those people, apparently they will only get the card if they just need it for driving across the Canadian or the Mexican border. So the passport card does have its purpose. There's some value there. It's not, just keep in mind that it's not designed to replace the passport book. So, is it worth buying? Absolutely. It depends on how you travel, right? If you know that you just needed to go back and forth for work or something along those lines, then a passport card will be just fine for you. But if you ever intend to fly internationally or do any traveling outside of this, just driving back and forth from the American to the from the United States to the Canadian or the United States to the Mexican border, then you'll want to get your passport book. So keep that in mind. Now for me, I'm preparing for cruises, right? It is my intention to go from, I work at home now remotely, and it's my intention to go from working and living at home full time to working and living full time on cruise ships. I am going to need a passport book. And if it is your intention to enjoy any type of international travel, here again, where you have to fly, you'll want to get your passport book too. So just keep that in mind. We are all caught up. If you have watched this entire thing, then now you know the difference between the passport card and the passport book. And you understand what you'll need to do if you, just depending on what your travel plans are. One of the things I have genuinely enjoyed about just preparing for this whole cruise plan is just learning the ins and outs of a lot of stuff that I just heard about in theory in the back of, like, you know what I mean? You kind of hear about the passport book, the passport card. They look the same. They have the same information. Why can't I just keep them both? But now we know. They each have there's a role for them. And so you want to be sure to plan accordingly so you can get in and out of the country as much as you need to, right? So you want to keep little travel details in mind. Things like your passports, airport programs, cruise documents, packing, Wi-Fi, all the things, all the details, they do seem a little bit overwhelming. But every question that we get the answer to now, as I am preparing to go and live full time on cruise ships, is information that I can learn and store to kind of keep on my mind as I prepare to go and live on cruise ships full time, and you can too. So, do y'all have any questions? Are you planning your first cruise? Is it getting close to the time where you need to renew your passport? Ooh, don't do that. I let mine expire, and it didn't make sense why I let that expire. But if you know that you've got time, try any kind of travel plans, or if you just want to keep it valid, travel plans, you'll want to keep in mind that I know a lot of the cruise lines. So quite a few of the cruise lines will actually not allow you to travel in some countries as well if your passport is going to expire within the next 6 months. So check the dates. You'll want to keep that in mind and plan accordingly. Do you carry a passport book, a passport card, or both? And how are you able to get the most bang for your buck out of these documents that you have to purchase and now that you have? Are you one of those people that uses your passport card on a regular basis, or did you buy it and put it in your wallet and you haven't touched it or seen it since it was there, since it got put there, which can happen. I could see that happening. Don't forget to like and follow, and subscribe. Stick around as I continue to prepare to share my 10 plus series on just my intent to go from working and living at home full time to working and living on board cruise ships. And I think that's it. Share a little bit about y'all experience, and thank y'all so much. If you've gotten any value at all from this, or if you want to continue to learn as I continue to teach things that I learn about working and living full time on cruise ships, or even just being able to travel at all, go ahead and subscribe, like, and follow, and I will take y'all along as I continue to learn. Y'all take care and have a good day.